Hello traders, and welcome to our new video on cryptocurrencies, which as you know have seen a very deep pullback, some of altcoins even 80%, but I'm afraid that those retracements are not finished yet. I mean, the first thing I have to consider is that yes, it was a deep pullback, very sharp one, but in a very short period of time. The second thing is that there are still many short-term traders, especially speculators, that are trying to catch this drop with leverage positions. So as long as we have those too many speculators still involved in this market, I just think that this correction will not be finished so easily. So firstly, market will probably make both sided moves so that they will those speculators will give up on the next potential break to the upside, and that's actually when we may finally see this market again turning to the upside after some price stabilization. So for now, I still think that this is not the case yet. Also, if we look at Google Trends here, Kim Kardashian, I'm not sure who is Google Kim Kardashian's here. Bitcoin. Okay, so if we look on Bitcoin, obviously worldwide, then we can still see that this is quite popular. So in my opinion, either there are a lot of traders still concerned about their investment because Bitcoin has seen a very big dip, or there are some other speculators that are still interested to look in Bitcoin now after those pullbacks. But overall, there's just too much noise around this. So that's why I'm thinking that market will need some time to move to the sideways price action before we may see some kind of a stabilization, and then maybe a new recovery later this year. So for now, we're looking also at some very important charts here. Here's a crypto total market cap. You can clearly see that we can count 5 waves to the downside, and always when I see 5-wave drop against the previous very strong uptrend, of course I think that there is a chance, greater chance, that market will continue even lower, because those 5-wave movements are impulses, and impulses actually shows you current strong trend, and in my opinion this is to the downside. So I think that we can see more weakness, especially if we can retrace back to the former wave 4 here towards my 20 levels, and then watch out for potential new weakness here. Of course, I can be wrong, we could go straight back to the upside, but based on my approach, I just don't see this as an opportunity to go long. I just think that there can be much better setups if you just wait on a 3-wave pattern rather than a 5-wave movement here. Looking also on crypto total market cap, but excluding Bitcoin, you can actually see that we can also here count 5 waves to the downside as a wave A, and you are expecting wave B, or maybe if we go straight to the lows here, you could also label like this, ongoing 5-wave movement, and then expecting a rally. So overall, I just think that again, limited upside, especially because this current weakness came out of an ending diagonal. As you know, ending diagonal, very important pattern. It's a wedge shape that causes a lot of frustrations because the traders see very slow price action moving to the upside, but no real momentum. And actually, when market turns, that's when you get a lot of momentum and volatility picks up, but with the market in opposite direction. What happens? Well, there is a lot of fear involved, and usually there are traders forced to sell, and that's what causes even sharper sell-off here. So in my opinion, this is an impulse that can take us to even lower prices, but as I said, this is still the first part of a correction. So yes, I think it's a correction, but not finished yet. It can be much, much deeper in my opinion. Now also, if I take a look on this is a Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, we can see that even if I count move down from the highs as a 3-wave pattern, right, and I would be expecting, let's say, a turn to the upside later this year, well, you still need 5 waves down here for a wave C. also what is interesting so far is that we have some kind of a gap here from my 17. Okay, so maybe we retest those levels to try to fill the gap, and then we see another sell-off here. At the same time, this gap comes in around this previous swing lows that can act as a resistance. So as long as we are below that level, I just think that there is a risk for potential more weakness. And now finally, let's take a look on Bitcoin and why I think that there's still ongoing weakness. Well, always when you have a very sharp move or strong drop like this one, and then you have only free wave recovery, well, that's an important signal to me that downtrend is still ongoing, that it's not completed, and that this is just a pause on the way down. Why? Because free wave structures represents corrections. Okay, it would be a different story if I would see a 5-wave rise. Okay, so until I see 5-wave rise, well, I have to be aware of potential more weakness coming. So looking on the updated charts here, what could actually be happening here is maybe even a triangle here for a wave 4. If that's the case and we get a drop into wave 5, then you know that pullback here on Bitcoin overall will be much deeper and will be much longer in time than we think. Of course, there is a very nice support coming in right around this recent swing low. But as I said, I would be bullish on Bitcoin and would be looking much higher if I would have a very nice clear 5 waves up. But for now, that's not the case yet, so I have to respect my technique here actually. If suddenly I will be wrong here, let's say that we rally towards 52,000 or maybe towards 55 with a sharp price action, of course, then I will have no issues to adjust the wave count and will just have to admit and go with the flow. But as things stand right now, I just think that it's a little bit too soon to turn aggressively bullish here. Also, very important thing is to look at this higher degree time frame chart. This was wave 2, as I said already in the past video. This can be the wave 4. But wave 4, based on time projection, is, yes, it's sharp, it's deep, that's fine, it's totally normal, but it's just not long enough in time, in my opinion. So maybe we can, even if we rally, we could see some kind of a consolidation like a triangle or something. I just don't believe that this market will so easily and fast move back to the highs. We really have to be very patient here. Okay, so be aware of potential more weakness here on Bitcoin, especially if you're a short-term trader. I just think that for now these structures are not looking good on Bitcoin. Of course, there can be some very nice altcoins showing a different setups, but you will have to be very selective. Okay, traders, thank you very much for your attention and talk to you soon. Bye.